kind of makes sense to also do that. So I think whenever I see somebody do that kind of play where, hey, we're going to give you your best champion and, oh, we lost to it. I'm like,
am I on air? Oh, yes.
That? So, I don't
Oh
know.
my God.
Cloud9
Wait,
does not look
what time is it?
in top form right now. And they even said
wait, next
after the
time I
game,
need
they're
to...
like, hey, yeah, we're not
I
doing
need
so
to talk
great.
about a game
we
with
still
my
have a lot of
manager
struggles that we're working
because...
through, so... I don't think they're back, but maybe they will be.
I would say they're at least back
because,
on the road.
Yes, they scheduled me at this hour.
They were in the ditch
at 6.
Cup.
It's either 3 a.m. or 6.
In the ditch at the side of the highway.
They start earlier.
And it was really sad too, because they obviously all felt so terrible about it, and so that always feels
oh my
really
God.
bad. Obviously, that
time zones difference.
It weighed on them heavily.
Time zones difference is very
super
suck.
nice for me to see, like, a lot
Like,
of
I
them
can do
tweeting
anything
afterwards
about
and
it.
stuff, how they also, their tweets weren't like, we're back, oh my God, we're so good now, we're the best. Most of their tweets were like, well, that was
next time I will schedule it.
At least a good.
I will schedule it at 5 a.m. then.
Opening, one series of normal season, so it doesn't mean a whole lot, but it is good to get a confidence boost back, because I felt like they really did need it like that. Like, the previous finals from Lock-In Tournament and America's Cup were obviously devastating, for them overall. And so really nice to see some positive mental to get back in there, especially against Lions specifically, because Inspired has the aura, and like he can really get into teams' heads where they're just always like, oh my God, this guy always does the perfect play. What do we do? Like, how can we even like do anything? So I liked how we can all meme on Blabber for like getting the Omega counter jungled as Sejuani versus Jarvan, but
because I missed.
Kept his mental strong, kept going for the CC plays.
I missed 2 matchups.
Turbo underfed, but they still are able
I missed 2 matches. This is the last match.
And so I at least like the positive mental angle for them.
Am I missing one?
Vulcan and some of them just kind of like walking back in the hallways after they won, and I was just like, oh, like nice dub or whatever. And Vulcan seemed really happy and stuff. So it's just nice when it's like you see the players that are really struggling after rough results. Like the players can look super down. Understandably, they're putting everything into this. And when you don't
this is a VOD. Wait a minute. Wait. I am what? Wait. Wait. This is it. No, whoa.
Top posts on the say, if you're playing Casio, you can buy your shoes again. Just put them on your tail. It's fine. As Huhi and Rahel.
Both of them?
Let's
I'm so angry.
How does that work,
I'm
Flowers?
so angry.
It's just, you gotta tie the laces together in one big super boot.
Oh, okay.
And then
you kind of like swing them around. You tie them around in a knot over the tail.
Yeah, it's like you're a rattlesnake with shoes.
Oh, wow, fashionable.
Yeah,
okay.
rattle shoes.
Cool, rattle
so
shoes.
angry because they sent me. They sent me wrong time schedule.
We did kind of set the expectation early that we wanted Huhi and Rahel to be able to control this 2v2. That's what you draft a Caitlyn lane for. You need pressure. You need push. Clearly, they have an advantage so far. About 2 waves. They farmed the first 2 plates. Is this on pace for what we wanted to see?
I need a new briefing.
I
have a meeting later on 10 a.m.
I'm just a
so
little concerned about the mid jungle as bottom lane's getting a little heavy.
This is so annoying. I missed 2 matches.
The Caitlyn ulti there, but now he's got to be careful. No, Huhi takes him down. He tried to fly over the wall to get enough distance with the glacial storm plus the last auto in the air. Huhi now finds himself in a spot where you can't really get away, and unfortunately, he's also going to lose the passive for this one. It always feels the worst when you have have a resurrection passive champion.
No,
and
no,
you
no,
just
no,
kind of
not with
die and then
not
wait 3
with
more
Riot,
seconds
but
to
with
die
my
again in the same
management.
spot. But at least they managed to get that 1 kill on Sven, get Sentinels on the board.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, really good. Caitlyn and Ivy.
Yeah, you guys
here.
can
Sven
hear the
kinda
casters now
underestimated the
because
damage a little bit.
you want to,
in
right?
trying to
You want
split
to
them
hear the
apart
casters.
and force the kill. And so they do get their 2v2 win. They continue their pressure. Like, that's
Is their
everything
last
that is
match?
good
Oh my
for
God.
Sentinels is their bottom lane. Everything else has not been as good. The top side is just, you know, Thanatos getting his lead versus Impact, and then mid lane.
Oh man, and APA's timing on the petrifying gaze even catches Darkwings on the stun as he goes to turn, so he has to commit the flash and the ghost. He'll stay alive, but he lost so much of his HP. He's in dire straits to stick around and really make anything happen.
Yeah, does have to flash and ghost, so both summoner spells
I'm still mad.
So even though Cloud9 don't get the kill, very valuable, you know, allocation of resources there. Again, I guess, you know, all Sentinels fans.
Because people will blame me for being late.
You know what? If we had like Pro View or something still, and we Sentinels fan could just join the bot lane. Bot lane view.
Well, Hambach's coming down here into that bot lane right now to see if they can get that payoff. Realm Warp also bringing in even more reinforcements. Ishtal's impact point blank means Sven cannot escape on that one, flash or no. He's not even going to spend the summoner spell to try. So Sentinels now ties the game back up.
Yeah. Realm Warp, you know, Darkwings doesn't get to do a whole lot, but the bot lane view is looking good.
Let's just watch the match.
He did get some FaceTime.
He got to be on the cool show.
Yeah, exactly.
Sometimes you just show up to say, put me in the photo.
Yeah, put me in, coach. Hambach as well, you know, the Skarner getting some credit now, so being able to get the kill under tower is going to be nice to get tanky here, you know, and we'll see the ramifications of this because overall, this bot lane is making up for the rest of the map. So it's the first dragon to Cloud9 and the Grubs. Of course, the objectives are fully in their favor.
Yeah.
But we'll see how much Rahel and who he can carry.
Well, the only other gold lead, the individual lead that's comparable to Rahel, is up there in topside. Yet again, it's kind of what we've been talking about with the story of these two. Thanatos versus Impact, I think in most people's minds, Thanatos is probably the strongest laning top laner in the LCS. Impact has been on more of a downswing recently. And when you have Renekton versus Zehen, this isn't some classic counter matchup or one that you can just easily step back as Zehen and avoid everything. Thanatos is going to have a great time. He's up 3 waves and change in farm. He's feeling great. Oh, it's 4 now. Okay, even more than I thought.
Yep, Thanatos on his Renekton, and he's also got his squad here, 4 people.
Oh boy, and remember what we said back in draft. The weakness of Zehen is if he just gets bursted down before he can stack his passive and burst down, he shall be. The kill even goes over to Thanatos. So this one,
last night,
about to become nightmarish for
last night I was playing League the whole time.
They do their lane swap in their bot lane and they time it with jungle and go for the dive play, and it is very successful for them. The tower still goes to Sentinels because of the previous work that their bot lane had already been able to do on the bot lane.
I don't know, based on the draft.
Rahel and Huhi still just holding up the world for Sentinels.
Maybe.
They're going to need the chiropractor after this one. The Caitlyn and the Anivia
getting
the work done. 1,500 gold lead individually for Rahel. He's
what
up
do you
even
think,
more farm
based on the
Sven.
draft? Which one is better?
Impact. Sven will at
Which
least
one got better draft?
Knocking down that tier 1 turret up there in the top side. Gold still just about dead even between the 2 squads. As that
with
will go over to Sentinels. That's
with
their
feature
first
friends.
Objective they've secured so far in this one. 3 minutes until the next.
I'll tell you story later. I'll tell you story later.
That's kind of the critical mass that I talk about for Sentinels. It's around the Rift Herald spawn timer when you get that first big 4v4, 5v5 type of fight that we usually see things. That's when it's time to get in the car.
All right, well, they're getting in the car again. Remember
C9 draft is better?
They did invade this topside jungle and kind of crashed, but second time's the charm, Flowers.
Okay, You can just take the test again the next
Nami
day.
is a good support, I know.
Just get a new car.
Oh my
Oh, but then it's better for
Gotta
like
buy a
them.
brand new car so they don't know you
Okay.
crashed the last one.
No, you're using the driving exam place's car. They're gonna give you the old lousy one now that barely runs, but it's still a new car.
But back on the game plan for Sentinels, this was it that we were talking about.
Well,
Your
that's
bot
pretty
lane,
good
make sure
team
your
fighting
Caitlyn
comp.
and your Anivia
Left side
can
is Corky.
siege
Yes.
effectively. They actually
Corky
didn't
and
need a lot of help. They just did that themselves.
Yeah.
And they got a little, you know, a
Ryzen
Skarner gank
kicks
as well.
too.
But they did that effectively. So Sentinels, again, came into this game with a good game plan. They executed for the early game, at least for their bottom side. They would have liked a little bit, you know, more success elsewhere, but it wasn't a huge hindrance, right? You know, Darkwing's still farming fine, fairly decently, so should be okay to scale until later.
Okay.
And this Gromp, who you betting on?
Blabber, he's got the better smite.
Boom.
No, Hambach takes it. Wowee. Yeah,
Well,
Blabber does have his
Upgraded, yeah.
Yeah, his smite is all the way upgraded.
Let me see.
Hambach still has one of the snackies left on his jungle item to
Hambach.
feed the pet before it'll fully evolve.
Hambach.
So I was expecting that to actually go pretty
So
well.
I'm pretty
for
sure
Blabber.
Blabber smited Huhi, the Anivia there. So the target selection means more than the upgrade of your smite.
Well, yeah, if you don't smite the frog, you can't get it. I feel,
Yeah.
okay. All right, fair. I was expecting him to smite it. My bet was misinformed.
Yeah, the bird, he smoked the bird.
All right, so still Gromp
Not the
control. Gromp control for Hambach. He keeps his frog. He is
Hola,
almost
mi
down
amor.
a level, though. Like,
¿Estás
Blabber's about
bien?
to tick over to level
Te
10.
quiero
Which,
mucho.
luckily, at least for Sentinels, is not the level 11 second point in your
Sí.
ulti type of power spike.
Te quiero,
You do have
Zeta.
only 45 seconds until that Rift Herald spawns, so Hambach is up here in the top side. He knows Blabber wants to get that Crabber, and he wants to
Muy
stop
bien.
it. Smite fight, though. It's going to be even at least this time, but they
It's
might
a
not even get
Scorpion.
the chance here for Hambach, who has to flash over the wall. He had to flash right then because the miasma was coming out as he pressed the keys. So if you don't press it right there, you're stuck on the miasma. You can get chain CC down. Impact trying to chase after Thanatos
Bye-bye,
now because he's got
Thanatos.
backup coming in. That bot lane duo joining up with Impact to relieve some of this pressure here in the top side. 1v1 that has rotated down to bottom lane. They'll even give the money over to Rahel and further accelerate this
Where's
case.
it can make it?
Okay, yeah, this Caitlyn is gonna be a problem. Pretty fun too when you have the Storm Razor early for the extra move speed to
Who's that?
you know,
Who's
move
that
around.
Scorpion?
And,
It looks
and try
very
to get
intimidating.
Some of these extra kills, these plays as well.
What does
A little bit more mobility
Hambach
for him.
use?
Rift Herald started up here for
What
Cloud9.
champion does Hambach use?
Do Sentinels want to do like a trap play here? I mean, Rise has Realm Warp.
Corky the Nami bagus
Well, right
buat-
now,
Oh,
it's
oh, oh, oh.
Hambach just being caught again. It's the miasma versus
Yeah.
Skarner. There's just no way to
Bubar,
get away
bubar.
from it. Yeah, he's got health, but the only item, he's got Heartsteel and he's got
Skarner.
a Giant's Belt. It's nothing but HP.
I read it as scammer.
This top
Like,
river has been like the Bermuda Triangle for Sentinels. Every time Hambach goes up there, he either dies or loses his flash and has to run away from either the crab or
the
the
myth,
or
the
arrow.
legend,
Skarner
Skarner.
goes in, nothing comes out. Can't explain that. True. Can't
Chain
explain that.
CC is so
Don't know
strong.
how.
It's funny too because he just went over there by the crab, and Blabber was like, "Fine,
I don't
I'll
know-
stop
I don't
doing
know
my
which
crab,
hero
and
does-
I'll attack you,
do
Scorpion."
CC.
And they got the flash, and so now
Busca
the
ayuda.
flashless Skarner comes over to say, "Hey,
Busca ayuda.
stop doing that, Herald."
Why would we listen to you?
Okay, fine. Well, now you don't have flash. Now you're dead. Okay.
Yep.
What does it mean?
Regardless,
Busca ayuda,
Rahel's trying to
JAJANIN.
carry, man.
Yeah,
Focus up.
We gotta let Rahel do the work, Sentinels. If
Oh.
we're trying to take it to game 3, we've got to let Rahel do the work. Play around Rahel is the name of the game. Working towards that second fully completed item. Still has the over 1,000 gold individual advantage versus Sven's Corky, who's still got quite a ways to go stacking his tier, building that to where
So
that
the
can fully evolve once he
Sejuani,
completes the Manamune
which
into
is
the
the jungle
Muramana.
left.
Checking
Is
in on
CC tank,
everybody
Skarner
else,
is CC
APA
tank. CC
and
tank, both
Darkwing
is CC
are
tank.
both stacking their rod
Hello
of ages.
from
However,
California,
APA is significantly
Dontran.
further ahead on that
Hello
one,
from
about 4.5,
Indonesia.
5 stacks
Early in the
further
morning.
than Darkwings is. So
Yeah.
everybody's scaling. As Thanatos decides scaling time is over, fighting time is now. Pops the Dominus, forces Grim Deliverance in response. Wants to continue trading here. Impact just trying to buy a little bit more time, but time favors the man with the team. And it's Blabber showing up first.
Sen is
Doesn't feel like get the stun,
It's
sets
a
this up,
new like
and Thanatos
team
takes
this
the kill
year.
yet again.
He
Yeah,
took one
that
of
was
the
nicely
fifth
done.
spot.
He spaced them to let the
I don't
passive wear
expect
out
much.
as well. Nicely done there from Thanatos,
Sen.
kind of toying with him at the end. Passive drops back down, go back in, kill off that Zehen, and Rift Herald down top lane.
Oh boy, and Hambach is once again feeling the blabber pressure. Point blank, glacial prison, immediate full send on the follow-up. And every time Skarner dies, his health bar doesn't say Hambach, it says grounded. The miasma is there every single kill, and it's why he never gets away from these.
Oh, Hambachnya kena mulu ya, Hambachnya.
It doesn't feel good.
Sulit mulu.
Big dead set score. I told you.
That's it.
Hilang langsung Bejir. Iya.
You know, he's got 20 stacks on his heart.
Dukung yang menang aja, dukung yang menang kita pokoknya.
Also don't feel good.
No, that's.
We're supporting whichever team that winning.
I can cancel Z, guys.
Santo player has been playing for 13 years. We're all veteran.
Where he was not where he needed to be, and the Cloud9 got the nice punish off of it.
Who's
so that was
the
Blabber
veteran
up
player?
1,500 gold. It's Thanatos up
They
almost
keep
2K.
eating
And
Hambach.
Rahel's individual gold lead.
He's the
It's
Hambach.
disappearing.
Yo, chill.
And now it's
That was a good pun.
Falling between his fingers, you know. Infinity Edge, he wants to finish, but here we go. Maybe.
Ooh, place of prison. Immediately lands onto the Caitlyn, and immediately the cleanse is the response. But now that means we don't have that same safety. And when I'm looking around here, you've got Huhi building the Rod of Ages on Anivia too. That means that there's no first item Mikhails like we saw from Vulcan's
Hambach
Bard
is a
in the previous
jungler.
game. So now all targets are on Rahel. You hit him with a CC, he's done.
Yeah, now he's got no cleanse. Only the flash to rely on. Only the flash and his own gun.
Well, I hope that gun is polished and shiny and locked and loaded and ready to go, because he's going to have to do so much work to give them a chance. And Sven even fires off the rocket there just for a little bit more.
Man, I can't buy my IE now. I wanted to go.
Yeah,
he wanted to go back and buy his Infinity Edge.
That's a big purchase. That's really important. Now they're going to full stand it. There's your flash. Going to lose Predator, but Hell tries to flash away, but it's just like I said. You CC him, and that's the end of it. Sven does get traded back, so it's a 1-for-1 here with the AD carries. As Impact has made his way in towards Vulcan, the Nami has to try to flash to stay alive. Blabber swoops in for the protection, but Impact guarantees the kill. Now Thanatos wants to get involved yet again, but he has to dice right back over the Crystallize. Sentinels, they may have lost their AD carry at the very start, but they end up winning out on the fight overall. They get 2 kills back in response. They take the tier 1 turret. Now Blabber's got to be careful because Sentinels are not done. They keep the pressure on, pushing further towards the tier 2. Now finally the push going to stop.
Yeah, Cassiopeia, they had APA pushing on top side of the map, so no teleport available to him. He cannot join the fray down here. And it is Cloud9 saying, you know what, Rahel, we stopped your back. We've already burned your plan, so we're going to full send, and we will kill this carry. So maybe cathartic there for Sven to get the kill, but he immediately got just pushed into the tower by the Skarner, and it is a full send from Sentinels with the teleport coming through for Impact to make sure that you go for the extra kills in the dive. And
si Skarner
honestly,
bisa
with the position that they were in,
gitu juga ya,
this is worth as far as the investment of resources, because they also get
narik musuh gitu ya.
They also get the tower. But of course, the AD carries go down 1-for-1, and because you got killed, you got to go back and finish Infinity Edge. Got to go back to base here.
Just a fast back. That's all. Character dies, you're back in the shop faster than if you have to recall. That's just mathematics. C9 going for the push, potential dive here in the mid lane yet again, but it is tough to do with all of these Caitlyn traps. This defensive layer to try to stop the push of C9. Importantly, we've got less than 60 seconds until the next Drake spawns. It is a 2-to-1 Drake count now, favoring Sentinels, despite the fact that the early neutral objective control was all C9. It's pretty far evened out now with a 3-to-2 total count, still favoring C9. But if Sen can secure themselves sole point, that could potentially be a win condition going forward. The gold lead definitely, certainly still favors C9, but 2,000 is not something completely unmanageable here just yet. Unfortunately for Sentinels, though, their only individual gold lead is now Huhi's Anivia. Rahel has fallen behind Sven in terms of that individual wallet. As Blabber and APA, Cassiopeia does so much damage to neutral objectives. It is one of those things you've always got to be mindful of against her. Are they just going to try to 2-man sneak Baron? And Sentinels knows that could very well be happening right now.
Yeah, and they do that, and they know they have Nami to heal Blabber back up after they DPS check on the Baron. During the whole time that they're doing that, guess what? Free tower for Thanatos in the bottom lane, and that is the big scary lane and gold lead for Cloud9.
Yang dipakai impact
Split
ya.
push Renekton, level 15 for Thanatos with his teleport, empowered by Royal Quest, of course.
And his Stride Breaker fully completed for that second item, so even more threat when he tries to stick onto that back line and dive towards the carries. C9 has total control over the bot side river now with that turret knocked down in bottom. Thanatos took earlier. It just means that they can rotate the rest of the squad over, easily grab this Drake, tie those up 2-2. Blabber's even thinking about, well, maybe we can do a little Gromp gaming off the back of it. No, okay, Hambach's going to get to keep the Gromp here yet again. Still about a 2,500 gold lead for C9, though.
See about how they manage this setup, because you can you know, try and take
Baron
advantage
is very
of this
important.
no
Sometimes
teleport
team
on
will try to
impact.
start doing Baron.
Currently teleport
and
advantage
force
for
enemy to fight
Cloud9.
them.
After the full reset from
I
Thanatos,
think
they're
Baron
sending him
and
back to the
Dragon
bottom
are both
side,
important.
So they could again try and put pressure on your vision around the Baron. There
really
are
good
empowered
bait for a war.
plants this time around, since we got the Chemtech Rift, though. And since those things spawn pretty
C9
frequently, it
impact
does make it a
pernah main
bit
sama
easier to check the
udah
vision,
sih.
because you can use
Menang
a lot of
world
those
di
big plants.
2013 itu kah?
And it makes it a little bit more difficult to kind of bait people and force people, but they're going to do it here. You know, Thanatos, with his teleport, Impact actually just gets his back now too, so Impact can go back to
Karena
base and
narik
try and catch the
Anivias
wave
banyak area.
on bottom side
Apalagi
tower.
sini ada
And
Caitlyn
Sentinels
plus
can go into a stalling pattern
Zahin.
if they want here and try and get to their Lord Doms on Rahel. That would be quite nice. If you can get
They're
Rahel to
gonna
a
dive.
3-item power spike, then you know, they actually have a pretty good opportunity here. Rise split pushing on top side too. Wait, is Impact going super aggressive here? No, just getting the wards. And they're buying time for the Rise split push here.
Rise.
Darkwing's up to Actualizer there, and you can really start pumping.
It's so strong.
Especially because it's a fairly short range comp from Cloud9. Yeah, they have quirky rockets, but you know, there are multiple melees here to bounce off of, and Rise can definitely thrive in some of these situations.
Yeah, if the only thing on the enemy team is Corki that's out of range, you can seriously wreak some havoc on the rest of the health bars. Reminder on that left side of your screen right there, finals have been announced at the Mullet Arena in Arizona, June 13th and 14th. So you can go ahead and get your tickets for that one here soon. Hope to see you there. Road shows are always one of the funnest parts about the season at the LCS. As you can see, one of the other funnest parts, if you're a carry, is when your support buys the Kaels. And that's exactly what Vulcan did, but it's not his team that needs it right now. Who he gets caught out in the Sentinels jungle, so that's one free kill over to the C9 side. What else can they try to get from it? Hambach and Rahel can both retreat in time, and yeah, it looks like C9's looking towards the Baron pit.
Yeah, I mean, they have so many tools to bait with here. Okay, the Sejuani ult being down, though, means their turn is not as good, so you have to get like some surprise like this.
Yeah, immediately Thanatos, he uses the Empowered Ruthless Predator to break Impact's teleportation shield, so pretty much no value out of that one on the Zehen. Hambach already chunked down to 35% HP.
They got it.
Yeah, I don't really see any way for Hambach to try to get close. There it is. Smite
they
secured. Baron, 25 minutes into the game for
so
C9.
Nicely done from Cloud9. The pick onto Hootie here, really big. They just saw the angle. Blabber goes in, take out the enemy support, and immediately burn down Dragon with that Casio
hermosa, bebé, te quiero mucho.
So now what's the, how do you stall this out? How do you take a powerful defensive position here for Sentinels? Okay, avoid death. Darkwings will try to do just that, but the Glacial Prison is going to seriously hamper that ability. Miasma to cancel out the Realm, more Petrifying Gaze to follow it up, and APA gets another payday. Golden Glue. We just need the sad music. Get the arms of the angels in there. He's looking up at the ceiling. It's a rough game state right now for Sentinels. Down 4,000 gold. Impact will try to get something back down here in the bottom lane. Can at least secure the tier 2 for a little bit of an injection of gold. But they're going to need a lot more than that.
Yeah, can he get out is the question. Look at the mini-map here. 4 people headed down to Impact.
Yeah, Rise was too greedy.
Flies over the wall. Impact is going to get the opportunity to res here. But you're rezzing right in the middle of everybody. So remember what I said earlier when Huhi died in that exact same spot with his egg? And I was like, man, it really sucks when you res and then you just die again.
Who am I cheering here? I don't know.
It's crazy that's the exact same spot.
I see a vision
Is it like
with C9.
Do you feel like everybody around you is just
I like C9's
welcoming you
gameplay
back to
better
Earth?
here.
Or they're just happy to again send you off to your next death?
I feel like
hey, Impact, welcome back, buddy.
welcome back.
All right,
Sorry,
good.
but you got to get back out of here.
See ya. Back to the fountain, buddy. Sorry.
C9 are not done with just that kill, though. They want to keep this pressure on. They've still got their Red Bull Baron power play, which is up to plus 3,000 gold for another 60 seconds or so. So they'll put the pressure down there in bottom lane, grab the tier 2 there. The tier 2 in mid is still standing, but it's just got the smallest amount of HP. You can see the Baron and Power cannon will be more than enough to shoot it down. They don't have to worry about making someone step too far forward, potentially get picked off by Skarner.
C9 is blue, you're blue, C9 win.
So now it's a 6,000 gold lead. Now it's nothing standing outside of the base for Sentinels. All tier 2
I'll
turrets
support my own
destroyed.
color.
This next Drake will
Support
go
blue.
over to the C9 side as well. And it's just, it's rough out there.
If, and this is a big if, Flowers, if Cloud9 continue on to win this game versus Sentinels, their record this year will now be 8-1 in game score and undefeated in all series.
8-1 in game score is crazy. Number
I think
one,
it's
because
absolutely close to C9.
yeah, like you said earlier, it's kind of just surprising that they've played 9 games
I support
when we're only in
C9.
week 2 of spring. But to have that overwhelming
C9,
of a win
C9,
rate
tepuk
against
C9.
Sentinels, clearly whatever
A, B,
Sentinels
C,
are trying to draw up,
C,
whatever
C,
they're trying
C,
to draft up, these strategies they're
C9,
crafting are just
9,
not working
1,
out
2,
thus
3, 4,
far.
5, 6, 7,
And you
8,
can see
9.
now C9 moves into the
C9.
enemy jungle.
Hey!
They know how far ahead they are. They're confident in their ability to
Pagi.
take these open fights in neutral territory in the jungle. So they just want to
It's
make
El
this
Condor
map
C9.
very dark and scary. Force Sentinels to stay trapped in the base.
Yeah, and Sentinel's trying to do their best to get some gold income, Dark Wings. They got their Rise split pushing. You know, he has his
Anjir, aku
actualizer.
udah
We've been hyping
streaming baru
up,
30
hoping that we
menit,
can,
Cok.
see some sort of pop-off moment with it. But the teleport down here, actually, they might trap that
Ayo,
Rise.
last match.
Yeah, he's really strong with his equalizer, and he can do a lot of damage if he's not dead. Now that's a big if at this point. As soon as Blabber swoops in, Thanatos already has so much damage, man. The Renekton with the Sterix completed now too. This guy is a total raid boss. This is a 7,000 gold lead. This is C9 with a 5v4 for the next 45 seconds. And the one that Sentinels is missing is the Rise that you're thinking might be that X factor.
It's just gonna come down to a one team fight. Yeah.
It's gonna come down to one team
all
fight.
good.
I'm not gonna lie, brother. Usually once it's
Muchas
7,000
gracias,
gold,
Daniel.
I think you usually need at least 2. 7,000 gold's a lot of gold.
all
Dukung
good.
Sentinel
One team
ada
fight,
aja,
we're
Bu.
back on-
Ada
Alright.
Tens,
Alright,
ada
you're
Tens.
All
Okay.
good.
All
Tens
right.
nggak main,
I respect
lol.
the positive mental attitude. PMA.
Ya, who knows, nggak tahu
All
sih.
right. C9 pushing up.
Enggak sih, nggak mungkin
multiple
sih dia
lanes
pro
now.
player
APA in
game
the
lain,
top
anjrot.
side. Thanatos in the bottom. The remaining 3 just chilling here in mid. The
Sen, do
classic
you ready
1-3-1.
to
Normally
lose?
you have Baron when you do these. That's the traditional 1-3-1. But
Yeah,
sometimes
or
you
a
don't
lot
need
of
it.
money. Just if a lot of
Okay.
cash, you can do a lot of cash too.
Seenggaknya berani
A lot of
bikin move
money
nggak ngenok
enables
di
a lot of
base.
possibilities.
Iya sih.
And C9, the
Agak-
world is their oyster
agak
right now.
freestyle
Oh,
aja ya.
There is only 1 minute
Tapi-
left on the clock until that next Baron spawns.
Nggak
We've
ngenok
already
sih, nggak
talked about
ngenok.
how fast they kill it off, having a traditional high DPS marksman like Corki alongside
Balik.
an insanely high DPS
Mulai,
mage
mulai.
like the Cassiopeia. So I expect them to do exactly what we're seeing them do right now. Take the recall, buy some control.
Ini sampai kapan mau pertandingannya? Ini pertandingan terakhir nih.
You can complete.
Aduh,
Go back up to Baron and
larif
dare
aku nih
Sentinels
di
to
akhir
come do something
pertandingan.
I dare you.
I double dog dare you.
Kind of scary, yeah, because Sejuani ult is just such a good turn. You know, like you can just bait at Baron, Sejuani ult into Nami ult, and that is just so difficult to avoid, even if you do have cleanse. So, thankfully, for Sentinels, they all.
Aku
you know,
fans
everybody's
dari
got their
kecil ya
flashes
udah.
up as well, so
Aku
you
fans
have so much
C9 dari
gold, but
kecil juga.
it's gonna be hard, and you might be burning through those pretty quickly. Also, blue trinkets. Wait a second.
Thanatos. Whenever anybody finds Thanatos in the jungle, you want to not
Oh,
be that guy. But a
big!
nice
It's
pick
big!
on Sven. That is exactly what Sentinels needed. They've killed off the enemy AD carry. They realm warp in to look for more, and more is exactly what they've got to find. Vulcan and Blabber continuing to try to escape here. The exhaust on the Dark Wings to slow him down. Sentinels will not secure another kill, but they have control over the topside river, and they go after the Baron.
Hambach has had enough. He flash engages now on the Baron. Blabber gets walled.
Yeah, Blabber's stuck on the wrong side of the crystallize. The damage of the Sejuani is through. The shutdown knockdown over to Rahel. Sentinels take out the enemy jungler and head back to the Baron. It's 5v3. Impact and Hambach are hurt. But Sentinels just might still have a shot in this game. Baron, 32 minutes in.
So, okay, Hambach here, he's had enough of your shenanigans, Sven. You walk up and auto me, the Skarner, guess what? Get the Ian flash in there, right into the wall. Beautiful follow-up, too. Had everybody close enough for the damage.
Follow-up,
he
too.
waited, he kind of turned around and baited him in, Flowers. Skullgle's like, oh, great. Hell yeah.
It's like, okay,
You're gonna come auto my Skarner?
Whoa.
He did it. Hey, did it again.
He's really tempted fate here.
Well, he knows Skarner has no flash now.
Okay, bounce back over the wall.
Siapa tadi yang di-kill sama si
Miasma onto Hambach. This is the yeah. He doesn't want to go back in there anymore. That's not where he wants to be.
Di-cornering saya.
All right. Bubble there onto Darkwave, but now it's APA could be in a little bit of danger. Impact trying to put pressure onto the C9 mid laner. Grim Deliverance. He's taking him low, but he can't take him all the way out. Finally, they get in, and Rahel gets the shutdown. Vulcan's still trying to escape, but C9 have already lost Sven yet again. Thanatos can't find everybody here in 1v5. C9. Everybody's dead except for Blabber. The Realm Warp from Sentinels, they're going towards the mid lane. Are they just going to try to send it straight down mid? Yeah, they're going to win, Flowers.
Are they going to win? What?
What did Hui say comes right before? It only takes one team fight.
Holy moly, Sentinels!
Holy moly!
7,000 gold. It looked completely hopeless, and now they're trying to end the game. It's only Blabber standing between Sentinels and the Nexus itself. The Baron Power minion wave is already here. Blabber
this is
wants
possible
to
be happen,
in
LOL.
Waste enough time for the rest of the team to revive.
I am amazed. I am amazed. What?
Sentinels on the Nexus, ladies and gentlemen. It's a game 3.
Holy! Hui with the good comms, good vibes. That's why you don't do toxic comms when you're losing.
That was a good comeback.
Don't worry about it. It's only going to be one team fight. It actually was kind of, it was a pick and then a team fight.
I like Impact.
Okay, so
I like Impact.
I'll give you, there you go. Technicality, they had to get the pick first. It was a huge flash play from Hambach.
Never underestimate Old Man Impact.
Yeah,
that's rude.
Impact flashes onto APA, and then Rahel did some stuff. We're gonna have to replay where he
went over
the back of Dragon Pit and was flashing on people.
Yeah,
this is not game 3. No.
Surprise!
What? I mean, this is.
Okay,
wait.
We're in the game. We're gonna watch it again.
This is 1-1
We're gonna watch the whole sequence again.
Let's go.
Because
from the Sven catch.
This,
it's 1-1.
This series was over, man.
Yeah.
65K to 56K.
I thought I missed 2 matches.
Who he's just saying that they need to wait for the pick. This is
so
ridiculous.
we're having a third match now.
We're gonna live in the moment.
Okay.
Right now. Hambach does find the pick onto Sven.
Yep.
Sven and Skarner, bad history.
I still can enjoy another round. Yatta!
No QSS this time. But then, I mean, after Sven is down, it's going to be a little bit hard. But it's still 5v4. They still have to play this out well. They very quickly get down the Kaiten traps.
Ooh.
They get nice burst onto Blabber. And Thanatos doesn't find a way in because, I mean, he had ultimate. I think if they fully committed there, maybe.
That wall is so
it can
good.
be less
That was
if
a really
C9
good wall. We're gonna watch that again.
If C9 wins.
Such a good Anivia wall.
Because Thanatos wants to come. I think Thanatos can fly in.
The key thing is that Thanatos doesn't go in either because he feels like he doesn't have to. He can't.
Vulcan has no sums. Sven is dead. APA's already used ultimate. Blabber's already used ultimate.
Iya, Thanastosnya nggak ini ya, langsung channeling ya.
Other than flash, I guess, but like that's actually crazy that they're able to get 2 picks there.
But then you feel like, okay, now the game is interesting. Not the game is going to end in 45 seconds. So the second pick.
I mean, after that chunk on Hambach.
Blabber's in base right now, by the way.
Run!
Blabber is in base.
But C9 is fighting well without him, but APA has the flash, and that's
the other thing is Rahel keeps Sven out of this fight.
Dude.
Like,
right, let's watch Rahel again in this fight.
But then also he then just goes ham. But like watch Rahel here because
pushes
it's
Sven outside the bottom.
important that Sven cannot get into the rest of this fight.
And he comes back and boom! Oh my God! Those
oh my God!
That's why spoilers. Rahel is mine.
And then it's just a rise comp. You pop in, and you end the game. Let's
listen to
those Ruby comms. in this moment.
Caitlyn net
In the
game
end,
kelar.
It's just gonna come down to
Gitu ya.
one team fight. Yeah.
That's it. Just one.
I know they're joking.
counted
like,
two.
That's,
I counted two.
Two?
Yeah.
Hey,
That's why
first
you
one's
don't
not
get
technically a
toxic
fight.
when your team is losing. But I do think it speaks to like the composure and kind of unity that Huhi has been trying to foster on this team, where he's just like, you know what?
Yeah.
It can come down to just a team fight.
Wait, I heard it's a pawn
Yes.
tie between Rahel and Huhi, and it's up to the fans to decide.
Fans!
It's on you guys. Who do you guys vote
Rahel,
for?
who he tied. Is it the positivity or the Caitlyn two-shot?
It's Rahel.
Keep it
It's
rolling.
Rahel.
Keep it
Whoa,
rolling.
it's
Do I like with
Wait,
caster on or no
It's just like the
casters?
comms.
It's Huhi.
I like
Think it gave him
both.
confidence?
It's
But wait, with
voting
casters
out for
on,
Hambach and Impact, remember,
I
it's
will
now between
I will
these
just
two
listen to the
people.
casters
Rahel and
instead.
Huhi. You can only vote for
The
Rahel.
I won't be
What's happening?
This
I
is
won't
going
be
crazy.
I'll be yapping.
Okay,
I think
Class.
it's Huhi. Yeah.
Okay,
And then
okay,
yesterday.
We're making 3, 2, 1.
Stop the vote. Oh, that got
There it is,
close.
there it is,
That's,
there it
okay,
is.
who
Player
wins
of
player
the
of the game?
game, Rahel.
Congratulations. We said stop the vote.
Oh my goodness, that's crazy.
I can't believe that this is going to game 3.
Yeah.
I feel like you always wanted Huhi.
I
on
vote
your
for
team,
Rahel though.
You know?
And Rahel, apparently. Like, we talk about how bot lane, it's so impactful. This is the votes just like this week. See, I said Huhi, Kobe, and the chat also said Huhi. And the
Flowers
rest of you guys.
went with not only the Skarner, but the initial pick, which I do like.
True,
like,
the flash pick on
nice
Desvent.
on nice on Hambach having the composure for that. He was put down pretty early in this game initially.
I
With
can't
caster
imagine
help
this
you
going
no
into
more.
game
Yeah,
three,
that's
but
why
here we
I
are, like,
just
sometimes
listen to the
all it comes
caster
down, Huhi said it
more.
best. One team fight.
Yeah.
One
It's
team fight, a few
crazy.
picks.
If you're
My
losing
goodness.
in solo
With
queue,
Baron.
if
That
you're
was-
losing on the LCS stage, you always want a Huhi on your team.
Very true. There's a little bit of throwback there at the very end there with the pick. So C9, they're going to choose first pick. Sentinel's going to choose blue side. We're going to have game 3 coming up pretty soon. I would say that I'm still going to favor C9 for the majority of what they've done in this series.
Yeah.
But when you lose in that shocking of a fashion,
Does
they
it
might just
disrupt you
be
enough?
tilted
Yeah.
going into the last game.
I think I'm flipping and flopping.
You're going to
I
flip
think
and
I'm
flop?
moving to Sentinels.
Of course. Okay, games. Raz flipping again.
Raz is already
I
flipping.
don't have flip
well,
flops, but I would kick him off.
I apologize,
Wait,
Sentinels.
wait,
Whenever
let
Raz
me
flip
grow
flops,
up
you lose.
with
So
you.
Now I
come back in
definitely
game
know
3 to see
C9's winning.
C9 win the series 2-1 thanks to Raz.
Let me grab
wrong.
Hush. I have an angle here.
Yeah. Okay, watch.
Okay, look. Watch guys.
You can look. David no flash too. Hush you. Hush. I'm hitting past spree. I'm keep going.
I'm rooting Renek.
Oh, nice. Then go
Up
to
here,
it.
up here,
Keep going.
Over
We
this
kill.
way.
We can end mid. Okay, go mid.
I can root here.
Yeah. And the mid.
Go mid, go mid. Ulti.
I'm ulting.
Okay, bring King.
Aja.
Oh, that's fine.
괜찮아? good enough.
That's fine. I come.
We end that.
I'm back. Wait.
Today. Your goal is to get as close to 1,000 games played in North America using players, but you can't use repeats, and if you go over, you insta-lose.
Yeah, and I get infinite picks.
Infinite picks. We are going, You're hitting infinite times. So.
Minta suara caster yang hilang malah do yang
We're going
hilang.
impact.
Okay, impact number 1, 723 games played in North America.
723. We're going to go in small bits. Give me Vile Rose.
Vile Rose, throwback for the old heads. Vile Rose has 17 games played. Isn't that crazy?
That's not enough.
I thought, yeah. So we're
Did
at...
they kick him mid-split?
We're
Holy
at
crap.
740.
Give me Prawley.
Okay, now this guy's digging deep in the archives. Probably has 36 games played, so we're at 776.
I'm gonna be adding a lot of cards.
Yeah, we're getting a 9-card blackjack today.
Yeah, this is like a challenge now. Give me Chaos.
Wow. Okay. Chaos. You're not gonna. This has to be wrong, surely. 18 games played.
That's true. He got benched in the first.
I see. Okay.
Yeah,
18
that's
games
how
played,
Wild
yes.
Turtle came.
Okay.
Story time at
I
the
see, dude. I thought that was gonna be like at least
after the match.
The odd one.
The odd one, 105 games played. So you
Okay.
are at 917 right now.
917. Baby
Satu
steps.
kah?
Baby steps. Give me Claky D.
Shout out Clicky D.
Satu-satu.
Shout out Riot Clicky D. 28 games
Sana
played
masih nine.
for Clicky D. One Clicky D. You're at 945.
It's getting close. I have a risky one. This one's real risky. Give me Chowster.
Chowster. Okay.
I think that might push me over.
Might be over, but we'll see.
Oh no. Am I over?
He had 65 games, putting you at 1,010. Boo! Wow.
Bedanya World sama ini turni apaan ya? Coba guys, tolong bantu dijawab. Bedanya adalah ini mobil apa anjir, keren. Aku salvok ke regional ya. LCS tuh khusus. Apa kepanjangannya LCS? Coba. Ayo. Aku sih tahu. Coba yang nonton nih, coba. Winner of every region goes to world. Ya. Masa nggak tahu? League Championship Series. Benar. Terus kuy, ujas. Benar. League Championship Series. Ini regional untuk region apa? Coba untuk region apa ini? ASEAN enggak lah. Jawa. Lu Kiki. Kocak. NA. Ya enggak, emang iya. Ada yang bilang NA. Aku makan. Itu belum. NA itu North America. I know. NA North American, bro. Yeah, we got one more match. Woohoo! Thank you. Thank you, Sentinel, for the win.
Ladies and gentlemen,
I can
welcome back to
I
the
can
LCS.
watch another match
of
you
final
guys.
Game of the final series of week 2 here in
Draft
Spring Split,
pick,
and
draft
I guarantee
pick.
you, for most of this last game, everybody thought it was just going to be a 2-0.
You guys, you can see
were winning
C9's
for no
aesthetic
kidding
match
greater
with
than
my
90%
overlay.
of that game.
Blue.
And then it's the big catch on Sven from Hambach with the flash slam into the wall on Skarner.
Aku makan sosis
The
besar.
sequence of plays that happens
I'm
after
eating
that takes what, 2-3
jumbo
minutes, and the
sausage.
C9 Nexus blows.
That my
If that,
mom just
and it's just
just
another
cooked
lesson
to
in
me.
you need to have good mental when you are playing
Yes,
League of
sir.
Legends, okay? And also a lesson, remember the big story for Sentinels that whole game, even though, yeah, they were losing and Cloud9, built up this big lead, Rahel and Huhi bottom lane that Caitlyn Anivia was nasty. They were the hope for the Sentinel squad. And in the end, the hope actually got to have a comeback and got to have a huge play there with, Hambach flash play on Skarner to get the first pick and start the ball rolling. But then to be able to finish off that game has to feel great for Sentinels.
Oh, yeah.
Getting their second win here this year versus Cloud9. Still is definitely a pretty one-sided history, but in this particular series, though, just 1-1. Flowers all comes down to this game.
There you go.
One
That's the PMA.
One single game to decide it all right here. So let's get into the draft.
Banyak ya.
Rolling through again. Yep. And I have to say,
Ini tuh grafik buat apa sih?
the Talia
Yang Inero You Dominate Golden Blue.
Dark
Itu apa sih, guys?
prefers a lot of control mages.
What is that?
APA is by far most played champion of
Is that
the
their
year
coach?
is Talia.
Coach
There's a lot of
banning?
good pairings still available for it. Vi is up and washing around the pool, so let's see.
Well, we've got Azir, Rumble, Poppy, Ziggs, and Karma.
Jadi coach
Stand out
coachnya
there is
juga
going to be that sixth ban here in
ngebanning
the
ya?
first half. C9 have elected to play first pick, so Sentinels have chosen blue side. I would not be surprised at all to see that Talia be the
The
first pick
coach
that
is
you're
also
talking.
banning.
Yeah, Vi Talia is a really good combo.
Kalau
at
yang di
this
tengah
stage in the
series
game
bench itu,
because,
is that-
that burst damage, those dive comps,
Is that their
kill Yunaris. So
banning
maybe
pick?
that'll be actually a Sentinels angle
Sen-
that they go
Sen
for in
and
response
C9.
to it. But Yunara Lulu is the expected here for Cloud9. Sven
Itu yang
has
tengah
loved
series ban
Yunara
dari
ever since the champ
Sen
came
sama
out. They
C9
played a
kan?
lot of games very aggressively with the Yunara Lulu combination.
Well, I feel vindicated in the stat that just popped up when
Iya,
that was
berarti
locked in
banyak
because
duit
I was
total.
thinking after the week 1 games that we had seen, I was like, man, the
Tapi
Yunara
yang
priority
championnya
just
tuh
feels a little
banyak
dishonest
banget
to me
sih.
because I feel like every time we see her, she's getting her butt kicked. And then the stats just popped up, 0 and 6 so far.
Can I interest you in a Vi Talia perhaps to kick her
Now,
butt?
Oh, yang dipakai tadi tuh nggak boleh dipakai lagi.
Boot to butt.
Maybe they can actually accomplish that and kill off the Yunara. At least the buy part locked in early. They could go for other pairings like Ari or whatever type of stuff they want to go for kills. But it's always good to have the point and click to take down these hyper carries and put a stop to the Yunara team fights. And so we'll shift down through. Okay, they do go another route, and the Annie instead, the AoE route, pretty nice here. Flash.
Oh my
Annie
god!
slays,
Oh my god! I
very
remember
big.
Annie as my very
Dark Wings,
first
though, we'll see
league
how he can
champion
navigate this.
when I was
usually he's high DPS for the team fights, but not necessarily an initiator.
in high school.
And now we'll be on a quick timer
Yeah,
here.
yeah.
with
In high school or
Vi
in
and
the
Annie
in my
ultis
middle school.
and burst damage
I
at
played
their
League
disposal.
once,
Cloud9,
with
when
Annie,
you're looking at those dive
but
comps,
I
that
didn't
burst
quite
damage,
enjoy it
they want
because
a big
I
ol'
don't have
tank for
friends
the
to play
Yunara.
with.
And there's not much of a larger brick wall
tank bigger.
in League of Legends than the Scion. So that will be the pick here for Thanatos and for C9. Might go with their mid laner here as well. I mean, you kind of have to make a pick, right? Like whichever one you pick out of mid or jungle, they're going to ban towards the other pool in the second half, right?
Maybe both then, because the pick up here for support, we're gonna get the Nico combination. Could be
still be a
APA's
flex
mid.
because
Yeah,
it's APA.
yeah,
I feel
honestly,
like most mids won't play it, but he will.
yeah, honestly, it's actually does look decent here. It does look pretty good for a mid lane Nico angle too, so they can keep it flex for sure. Of course, it could be a way of like baiting out a Lulu ban. Or steal or something like that. Regardless,
Oh, I
into
thought
the Yunara, you
Blabber
have
pick
some
Lee
options.
Sin.
I kind of, personally, I like the Aphelios option.
Okay.
And Aphelios Infernum ults would go huge with this teamfight comp, with your burst damage on the side of Sentinels. I like the Aphelios in the Yunara because you can actually contest the level 1 with your green gun. Does a lot of work there.
predict 2-1
and
for
you scale
Sentinel.
super
Yeah.
nicely, and you can have huge crit damage. You can have huge burst damage as well if you're good controlling your guns. But we'll see what angle they go with. Definitely a lot of them here. You don't want
It's so
Nocturne
fun that
and
Kobo
Nico
is covering the
engages. That
LCS.
pairing
I've
is
been
super
watching
scary,
it
so I do like
almost
the
13
Nocturne ban
years.
there.
It's graded.
Sentinels.
Well,
Watching
the
it
Lucian
with
ban will be the first
Bokobokobo.
one to come through
Thank
here from
you,
C9 in the
Alpine.
second half. They don't want to have that Yunara have
Alpine.
to deal with the
Alpine.
potential early power down there in the bottom lane.
Glad
that
to
Lucian
hear
can
that.
provide, and we will be seeing
13
double jungle bans
years
coming
watching
out from
LCS.
Sentinels and Golden Blue here. The Nocturne alongside that Wukong that they want to get rid of.
All right. We did go, I guess Xin would be the other primary
Tapi
AD
Annie tuh
jungle
bisa
that is up. And Xin is a good dueler.
nge-CC
Is good
kan.
early into Vi, and you can
Annie is
try and
a
get some early
CC, right?
skirmishes or objectives going your way. Some people do like invading Vi's early as well, because she is not the strongest early on. Let's see though. You're gonna also have to worry about the lanes and get some good lanes in order to do that. All right, what's it gonna be? Since they banned Lucian and Rakan, they could steal away this Lulu. Yeah.
Yeah, you just take Lulu. And it's not like they're going to pick Aphelios here. You can just pick Aphelios on 5.
Yeah. Could. Let's see what else they want to go for. Sometimes with Aphelios, you want like Thresh to have the reposition.
Okay.
So maybe with the Lulu, like just like Jinx also carry into it.
Okay.
Or do you want something still with its own mobility? Regardless.
Gwen? Is that Gwen?
I mean, everything is still flexible, right? Because you can do a Hambach or Impact with the Mbessa. I would prefer, just personally as the players, I think Hambach would be the better Mbessa player. And I feel more comfortable.
Good first image.
Oh, I'm totally trolling.
Okay, I was like, has Impact been secretly working on a top lane buy? That would be crazy.
Oh, actually, yeah, I'm kind of scared, actually. Impact and Bessa
top?
versus Thanatos Gwen?
Saya menggunakan penerjemah. Apa terjemahannya bagus?
The Malphite is the answer here. All right.
Gracias, Danilo.
Very strong engage.
You're so funny.
Okay, very, very strong. Are we?
Wait, is it mid lane Scion?
Wait, is it mid lane? Is it mid lane Malphite for APA? And it's jungle Gwen?
What? Yeah, maybe. I don't know.
Hold on, I'm still confused.
We got
Puede
Zion.
hablar inglés?
Is it jungle Gwen or is it mid lane Scion? Can you go for the tank?
Puede.
You can go tank.
That's what I was thinking
go.
at first was mid lane Scion,
So,
and Annie can just never kill him.
Yeah, mid lane Scion doesn't have a lot of plays, but it is very successful when it does get plays. And your soul person, you can just sustain through Annie, and Annie's all about burst damage. Okay, so there we go. Now everything's making sense.
Yeah.
And we get the mid lane Scion into it, the tank. Okay.
Mid lane-nya
So
siapa yang apa tuh siapa guys?
Burst, some dive power here on the Sentinel side. And Bessa, Annie, and Vi all going in together is very...
It's biasalah.
Really
biasalah.
in the Malphite and the Scion together here to be the front line, and Yunara to be the scaling threat that will deal the damage from behind later on.
Okay, APA with the Scion mid, and it's also a Malphite jungle, so it's tank mid and tank
Itu yang
jungle.
dipakai apa siapa weh? Itu mage kah tadi?
It's not a lot of damage between those two.
But if your opponents are Vi and Annie a lot of burst damage, then, you know, maybe
Premiumnya lagi nggak nyala ya.
I can respect it. I like to
I
see
think
this type of
saya
creativity.
carries.
You're up against something that you know is just
We'll
turbo
see.
dive, turbo burst. So make something
Saya
that even if you
lulu,
kill him, he
Ani,
just stands
Vi,
back up, farms the wave,
Ambessa.
and comes back in a second.
I acknowledge them all.
How effectively can APA continue to farm,
Sentinels
stack up his
champions
soul furnace in
pick.
mid lane,
I acknowledge.
and remain safe
Acknowledge all the
from
champions.
ganks?
Okay, just checking in here because anytime you see one of these assignments, it's abnormal. I always want to look at the keystones
Sion
and
tuh
whatnot.
fighter,
APA
tapi dia
taking
di
the Summoner
mid.
Spellbook on the Scion in this one, just for the
Sion
extra
mid
creativity, the
is
extra
good versus
versatility of
mage.
options as
Is
the
that
game
so?
goes on. Everything else does seem like pretty standard
Sions.
stuff here.
Science.
Again, I do want to see how this top lane matchup is going to go. I honestly do like it a lot better seeing Thanatos on something like Gwen that can be more of a carry, because I feel like he should be able to build an advantage and punish Impact.
Yeah, Thanatos. Really big fan of Gwen. Definitely one of his favorite champions and has the carry potential for sure. I'm still interested about the mid lane matchup here for APA with his Scion cook, because I'm assuming you rush Hollow Radiance. That just seems so...
Probably. Like, that's the Galio
It seems so good for, like, mid lane push and just sustain through any of the
masa fighter
harassment
bagus
damage
untuk
that Annie's going to
ngelawan
play your
mid.
way.
Plus, you get the
Iya,
exploding
mungkin.
passive to
Iya,
make it
iya,
so
bagus,
even if he
tapi-
has priority over the wave to clear it out, you just insta-respond.
Tuh, range dari range saja kalah.
Nothing to
Untuk early.
Nara, 7 consecutive losses, the longest active loss streak in the LCS right now. Thank you, producers, graphics, stats,
katanya
everybody,
Sion
for
bagus untuk
vindicating
lawan
yet
mage
again.
limit.
My feeling that this
And
champ
look,
just hasn't been
itu kah?
performing.
There
Oh, they
were-
got 2 of them?
There were 2 Yunaras on your screen there with the Nico turning into an extra one, so that's...
If Sentinels wins this, that means she's 0-9.
Wow, that's
She
that's
loses
crazy.
twice.
Is that how those stats work? That's crazy.
Yeah, no, that's totally how the stats work. I could definitely be a stats guy. Statistician.
Sion dies, he gets revived as a zombie
It is
for a
looking
short
pretty good
time
for Darkwing
afterwards.
still, and he's getting some
Yeah.
good push, and he's getting some
Oh.
good pressure as well. And both junglers, since they both junglers are tank junglers that are really level 6 oriented tank junglers, and wait a second, Impact actually got some a good trait there, and gets control of top.
Oh.
I like that for Impact. Let's see if he can stand up to the test that is playing carry versus carry against Thanatos.
Yeah.
Because that is not an easy test to pass.
I wouldn't bet on it. So, yeah, props to him. Let's see. We'll continue to check how it goes. Thanatos
Di
can
rank
still
lu bakal
finish
sering
recall
nemu
now
anomali kayak gitu.
with his teleport.
Bro,
Let's
ini
see.
aja turnamen aja
But we
begini.
talked about, remember game number 1 was
Kok bisa
after
main sama
Cloud9
rank
got
aku?
in control. We talked about how important it is for Sentinels to have a positive mental attitude. Don't let yourself get tilted. Come into game 2, fresh new game. You're losing game 2 for 90% of it. You come back and win because you stayed. Positive mental attitude. Now coming here into game 3, the question is, can Cloud9 shake it off? Because I feel like, yeah, you're going to beat yourself up for the big blunder and the throw at the end of game number 2, but you are also winning for 90% of that game.
I 100% agree, Flowers. I also am still looking at the Scion answer into Annie mid, and Dark Wings was up 10 CS already at 3 minutes. So that's
mungkin mereka punya strategi. I'm sure they have a strategy here.
I mean, before you really get your soul furnace stacks, before you get any magic resistance, it can be a little bit of a pain there. He goes back to base. Unfortunately, his first buy, he doesn't have enough money to complete the full Spectre's cowl, which feels so nice. So yeah, he just has a cloak
well,
and
there's
a
Annie.
bead and a cookie.
Nice. A cookie to go with his drink, potion.
He's eating well, part of a balanced breakfast for Scion.
The reason I'm so focused on it, Flowers, is because you know what happens when Annie of all champions has control of the lane. She roams all the time, and then she makes it everybody else's problem. And this is a burst champion with a speed up with her shield.
Yeah.
And so if your Annie has control of the lane,
that's what I thought as well.
then you have a hard time controlling the rest of the game because the Annie gets to push mid and then go roam. So Scion, you know, theoretically has the ultimate to be able to follow. So if you can get to your Hollow Radiance and have very, very easy wave clear. And even before that, you can kind of receive waves. Maybe you can like follow plays a little bit later with your ult.
Well, right now, the only thing APA is following is his little minions right towards the enemy wave as he sits there and watches Annie farm it first, since that's just the nature of this matchup early on. Thanatos versus Impact back up in the top side. I think this one's going to get spicy here shortly because they're both almost level 6. As now APA fires off the ulti in mid. Darkwing's forced to flash away as Blabber shows up and tags him with the seismic shard, so the slow would have been a serious threat there. But now APA just kind of hangs around. There's no way, right? There's
He's good.
It's the cookie. It's the cookie.
He doesn't have to flash. He's not scared. You know, he's.
Well, Blabber might be, because now it's Hambach, Huhi, and Rahel invading the C9 jungle. They knock Blabber down below half HP. They force him to flash over the wall. So we got some moves coming out in multiple places.
Yeah. APA fighting Scion. Rahel now fighting Sven and Vulcan.
Yeah, and Rahel eats a lot of damage from the blooming burst there. So he's down below half now.
So the last time we had the mid-Scion in LCS was in 2024, in the beginning, in spring. Insanity was the last one to play him.
Okay.
I think M&S did it when he was on C9 as well at some point. I know they played, you know, Cassante and a decent amount of other tanks mid too. But APA himself, the last time he specifically played Scion was in Tier 3 when he had just started in 2021. And the better part of those stats, Flowers, is that in his Scion games, 2 of his career, they lost both of those.
Okay, well, that's not a good sign. Also,
but that was also a long time ago.
That stat just made me realize 2021 was 5 years ago.
That was a long time ago.
That was a long time ago. That's crazy. Okay, I don't want to think about that anymore.
He won his little fight he had with Tibbers there. He didn't flash. He didn't flinch. He was like, I can predict the Tibbers damage. It's just a slow burn. This is manageable.
And his reward for that bravery is now he has his coat. Spectre's cowl completed, going to make this lane feel a little bit cozier, a little bit nicer. Up here in topside, we have our level 7s now. I want to see when we get these ultis.
And the reason you're highlighting this,
tell me, which
so
champions is
now the APA has. He has the Spectre's cowl regeneration, the Doran shield regeneration, the refillable potion regeneration, and the cookies still coming. So
late game champions,
like the CS deficit
when
shouldn't get much worse, right? He should be completely
when
fine to soak
Yunara?
damage after damage after damage now, and just blow up minion waves. So he
what
has
do you call it again? Stacking?
The early game deficit, and should be fine
growing.
to annihilate minion waves.
Scaling, scaling.
A lot of the threats. So
Scholars.
we'll see if the skies
when
get
saya Yunara in
run out.
Exactly what you just saw mid. You pop Soul Furnace, you charge Decimating Smash, you let it go, pop the Furnace again for the detonate, you farm the whole wave, and there's not really anything APA, or excuse me, the Darkwings can do about it, because he doesn't want to just vomit all of his spells into a Scion shield.
That's actually another cool thing. If you play Scion mid, if you can steal away Raptors, like the jungle camps, little Raptors and stuff, they count for your Soul Furnace too. You burn these things up, and you can be you get a lot of passive stacks.
And those little chickens are
you're not
at
ADC,
yeah. It's hard to steal them away if the enemy jungle is actually there, because you're a mid laner and they have a lot of tools to deal with it. But if you can snipe even just a couple of those, it feels quite nice.
Quiz from Gold Boy. It's not a quiz, it's a genuine question, bro.
We don't have any kills 8 minutes into this game, though.
I am
guess
learning.
that kind of is the nature of you've
Not
got
a
a tank
quiz.
against an anti-Vi combo that normally wants to try to make plays around mid. Top side, neither
Yeah,
one of our
have fun
carries have
answering
really
my
been willing
quiz
to be
then.
the one that might overcommit. Things still with a slight favor towards Thanatos, but Impact just about one wave behind here. Again, both have ultis, but no
Tapi
junglers
asa
are paying
gila
attention
yun,
towards
Harap.
this part of the map. Sentinels did secure the first
Asa
Drake
apa?
of the game for themselves
Kayak
a little bit earlier
damage,
on, but
healing damage
no
gitu kah?
individual gold leads even totaling 200 just yet, as Sven and Vulcan will try to grab a little bit more money from the plates down here versus Rahel and Huhi, who are trapped under the turret for now.
Farm, farm, farm. Blabber's got an ulti, though, and he wants to use it, so Malphite's going to say hello, push you under tower, and honestly, Siren's going to come too. The full roam here.
speed.
Cloud9 will push the bottom
Attack
lane
speed.
out.
I,
Huhi's going to try to get away from this Malphite, but the point-blank
bottom-
unstoppable force
the bottom
locks
kinda
Huhi
need
up a little bit
help.
longer. There is no wild growth. He's only a level 5 Lulu, so that's first blood for Blabber at C9.
Oh, they get the kill, and they can fully zone Rahel from the minions.
They all gang,
Can they just keep this
gang the
blockade
bottom.
up? Rahel wants to get back in for the minions. Recalls are channeling, so he's going to be able to get in there for the next wave at the very least. But, yeah, they're winning CS on bottom side. They make a successful
Attack
gank
speed
and
is
roam,
ASPD.
play here. So setting up Sven
I know
for
attack
success
speed
this
as
time
in
around. Blabber
ASPD.
ends up being able to get the kill. They definitely needed to grab that kill because with the flash, he was close to getting under his tower. And
Uh-oh. Impact, though, might just be caught proxying
Hello.
now as he tries to flash over the wall. Yeah, we don't need to know about Hambach right now. We got to keep
Run,
our eyes on
Ambissa,
Impact
run.
as he continues trying to escape. Blabber with a
Yes,
flash
yes.
forward. Just tries to keep Impact locked up a little bit more. Most of Ambessa's cooldowns are still spent. APA rotates over. There's so little damage between the mid and jungle of C9.
Gigi juga si
They need a little
Impact
bit
ini.
more. Flash decimating
Tapi,
smash, and APA
got
gets it done. So
smashed.
C9 are going to find their second kill of the game there, as
Yeah,
Impact was just
bang.
a little bit too audacious with his positioning.
Yo, and APA gets to spam his taunt too, so that's like a power-up. That's a big boost for him.
Yung tiga pa yung
You
main
get to spam
aman.
the Scion taunt there
See, they play it safe.
after the kill. Thanks, Impact.
And as Impact was putting himself so far
Kejar tuh sama
forward
beruangnya,
up
bro.
there, the one thing
Nggak
I was
bisa
going to mention,
channeling,
because I know
aha.
you love mentioning when this item comes up in a game, your MasterCard power spike there for Blabber, completing the Zeke's convergence after he got the kill for that, or got the credit for that kill in the bottom lane. This is a great thrift store item for tank junglers. Gives you a ball of a little bit of
Masa
everything
Sion
you
mid
want,
sih?
plus
Ah, nggak
synergizes
ngerti
so
aku.
well with Malphite's ulti.
Yeah, it's so good. You ult onto them, you get the big slow
Makin
around,
dilihat,
and then you're
makin
Q
tidak
slow
mengerti.
as well. And there is a little like feature slash bug
Kelihatannya
in the
nanti
game
lah ya.
I'm not
Pas
sure if
lagi
it's
war-war
intended or
late
not
game
still.
gitu ya.
where the slow actually stacks, and
Paling.
pretty much all slows don't. But anyways, they are going to burn through this dragon. Blabber is here. He's got a smite. 900 for him. 900 for Hambach. Who gets it?
Blabber wants it, and Blabber gets it. Just walks on up, yoinks it away.
Blabber.
Hambach charges in with a vault breaker, but that's only the enemy Malphite. They're not worried about the Vi trying to hit him
Anjir,
at
di-
all. Hambach
Furia.
continues full
Oi,
pivot
oi, oi.
forward, flashes out of the wall to stay away, stay alive. Sven's the
dragon
first to
got
die.
stole.
Darkwing's grabbing the kill credit on
Got
that
stolen.
one. As Vulcan gets a pop, Blossom to buy a little bit of time, but Sentinels now look for the kill into APA. Blabber's the next to try to escape, but a nice polymorph keeps him in place. Meanwhile, Vulcan has to run away from Tibbers the
Nice
entire
deal.
time. Rahel with a flash out to stay alive as APA's dead body tries to chase after him. It's a bloodbath of a fight around the dragon. We might not be done just yet. Public execution over the wall chases Blabber. Impact wants this next kill. He finds it as Vulcan tries to snipe out Rahel in the very back end of the fight, but he can't quite
Anjing,
get there.
dragon gua
So both
dicuri.
80 carries gonna walk out there.
Nice position there from Impact after he ults
Or
on
the
to
Nico in the 80 carry, my bad.
Yeah, after he ults onto Blabber and then he sticks on the wall to try and like body block a little bit, make sure he can't run away. This fight got crazy though, Flowers. After Blabber steals the dragon, then Sentinels are like, all right, fine, we teleport in, we're gonna bring everybody. Vi ultimate goes down, and they do get a flash out for Hambach, so he does get to live. Meanwhile, inside the pit, you got the big ulti there, locking everybody else up, and Sentinels collect a lot of extra gold here. So Cloud9, they did get the Dragon, and you can see on the mini-map this time Gwen is split pushing up there.
Yeah.
So the teleport was used from Sentinels, but this was a nice little snipe there, and then impact positions here, so Flabber can't get away either. I guess regardless, was going to be able to get it.
You can see sometimes there's not a whole lot of comms that you have about the play. Sometimes you just gotta focus back up and get ready for the next move. That next move is about 90 seconds from now. The Rift Herald will be spawning onto the map, and I gotta keep eyes on what we were talking about
this
just
round.
here
I think
at
it's
the team fight,
Sentinel.
Kobe. Thanatos not joining. Thanatos deciding he's going to stay up in the top lane, continue split pushing, see what he can do with that teleport advantage before Impact gets his own teleport back up to respond to anything. Thanatos is the only TP currently active on the Rift. Everyone else's is on cooldown.
Let's see if they can actually do anything, because he's against Annie on the top side of the map, and
they have
his needlework.
They have Sion as a mid.
I wonder if he fancies that all in or not, because currently he's giving control of the wave over to Darkwing. So
I trust the.
Looks like for the time being, it's going to be Sentinels pushing both mid and top.
The things that are feeling
speaking of mid and top, those are the two places where Sentinels currently have their own gold leads. The biggest gold lead, however, honestly, as much as those two solo leads put together, is Sven on the Yunara. 0, 1, and 3 on this one so far, so hasn't been able to pick up any of the kills. But he does have his Kraken Slayer done.
Absolutely.
He does have his call cast in. He's feeling very strong right now, and if C9 want to fight for this Rift Herald, I want to see him fight around Yunara.
And Hambach's been sitting up here a while. So there were some blue pings here. Sentinels were probably calling some sort of dive play or something onto Thanatos. But even with sitting around up there, you know, Hambach kind of waits around and try push for a while. They call off the play. It takes a long time, and then Thanatos does successfully escape and just leaves recalls, and they go for a lane swap instead, put him mid. So Cloud9, the lane allocations avoid any death while there's a Vi ultimate and Annie ultimate, both that Sentinels want to use and are trying to find an opportunity.
He just wants to start this up. Immediate Vault Breaker towards the Herald. Labber is hanging around nearby. Vulcan with the Tangle Barbs there, just trying to make sure that he gets every little bit of chip damage on towards who he's health bar that he can. Labber is going to notice Hambach now. Back over in the mid lane, Thanatos versus Impact. They're now alerted to the fact that this fight's going on. Hambach, that's the second Vault Breaker that he shortchanged in the past minute or so, so he's going to have to time that spacing a little better in the future. Down to 40% HP now, but he gets back over the wall towards Darkwings, but he gets juggled around, beaten down. Blabber taking the kill as Hambach's first to fall, but Vulcan dies to Impact on the right side of the fight right after. Now Thanatos has to be careful because Rahel and Huhi are moving his way. Sven finally has arrived here into the mid lane, but Hambach is down. That is a problem for trying to secure objectives on the Sentinel side, but they at least got the one back onto Vulcan.
I gotta say, Impact's Ambessa has been a pleasant surprise this game. He's doing quite well on this on a carry champion for himself. Some good confidence here from Impact, and 3 kills on him now.
3 kills.
See if he's going to be able to, you know, put the big pressure onto the Yunara later on. Of course, that is going to be a huge metric of success of this team. The Yunara damage and the Gwen damage are the biggest for Cloud9 and the biggest kind of problems that they're going to have to deal with. So if Impact and the rest of the dive here can annihilate them. Take a look at this, though.
Thanatos versus Impact down on the bottom lane, already breaking out. Impact trying to avoid the sweet spots there with the Qs, and Impact just gets beaten down there in the 1v1. He did not have his ulti available to use. It was still on cooldown from before, and as soon as Thanatos recognizes that, he goes in for the kill. The entire time it also means C9 has Drake control, so they'll pick that up too.
Also, as soon as I compliment him.
Yeah, that was a caster curse of all time. That was definitely... Yup.
Sorry.
Yep, I think you crashed the Ambessa car on that one.
Yeah, in the first game, Sentinels crashed. In the second game, Cloud9 crashed. And in the third game, I crashed.
Yeah. These cars are taking a beating, man. Everybody's insurance is going through the roof. But C9
really
are now also going to rotate up towards the top side of the map. So not only do they get the advantage 2-1 in Dragon now, they get the Rift Herald without having to fight for it. Neutral objective game is going their way, and now 2,500 gold as a team.
It's really pretty.
All right, well, honestly,
but I know that when I use Gwen, it won't be that hurt.
APA is a massive tank. He's got the
APA.
Because he's
they called him APA. I feel like
for the armor shield. And then he has Hollow Radiance for, you know, his lane versus Annie that he rushed that we're looking for. And then, yeah, I mean, he also did steal away some with the Soul Furnace, by the way, from the Raptors. If you get a large camp, like a large jungle monster, it counts as a champion takedown. It counts for 15 extra health instead of just 4.
Oh, every stands for always plan ahead.
So he's got,
That's
got some
cool.
good value out of being a mid lane Scion here.
I thought it's only like Abba.
Straight down mid.
Straight down mid. Straight down mid lane.
Whoa,
no,
not straight.
Wait, hold on.
Oh, he
hold
crashed.
on.
No.
Flabber, you just ran it straight off the road. What in the hell was that?
Huh? Flowers, our game 1 analogy of the
Yo,
car
he's
crash
throwing.
has just never been so real.
What?
It was just
What just
perfect.
happened?
Who wrote the script for this thing? What the? Blabber is
What?
driving down.
Why
He's
is
crashing,
throwing like that?
Literally crashing past the tower. How do you miss
Did he
those?
just
Those
do that
towers
as a
don't
joke?
move. I will say
Because that's
Rickard's a little
funny.
bit like
That
the
was
hitbox is
funny.
skinnier than people would assume because of the
He
bulk
missed a
of
back
the
drive for
Shelly,
Oshun.
Okay, well now, all right, that time, APA didn't hit the target with the Scion ulti, but that's because Impact flashed away from it.
It wasn't
Okay.
a crash. Yeah,
That one's not APA's fault, and they still
I'm
get
glad
the
I
kill onto
can-
Impact there to bring it back. Man,
I can watch that.
I
can
love it.
see
Okay,
that kind of,
Blabber, you know Blabber's always good for
a
some like
freestyle
mid-game
attack.
comic relief. He's got one funny play.
Yeah, I thought he
in him.
was
For
aiming the
sure.
tower.
all right, the play was definitely funny. I will give it that, like
Apa
2
jadi
thumbs
apa
way
nih?
up for the funny value of it. But I think for
Report
C9,
jungle
they're probably
throwing.
hoping that...
Blabber
all right,
jungle-nya
let's
ya.
get back to this being a drama.
Here we go. All right, so we fully aced our driving test. Now it's time for the in-person test. All right.
Okay.
Blinkers are on. Turn around. There you go.
Anjir,
Left
diperjelas,
turn,
Cok.
straight down mid.
All
Okay.
right, I'll just
Right turn,
hang it
right into
right.
this thing. Look at that. It's so skinny. That's what I'm saying. You would assume with the bulk of Shelly that the hitbox would also be there. However, I'm not going to give you a pass.
Dom's face.
I'm not going to give you a pass,
Malu
Blabber,
coach,
even though it
coach,
looks...
malu coach. Coach siap
I'm not going to
ilek.
give you a pass because anyone who's played
Aduh.
and gotten into Rift Heralds knows that the hitbox is
Mulai.
like is small like
It's
that.
weird, yeah.
And so you're always like, all right, I got to hit this thing dead on, right?
Dead center.
I got to hit him with the
You're not
head of the
clicking it with a
Shelly.
headlight.
Yeah.
You gotta
Pria
hit it with the whole
misterius
grill.
dengan skill misteriusnya.
That was... That is hilarious.
Okay.
Yeah, the
so
guy
that
in the
happens
back.
to the best of us, okay? Dom's face palm
Right.
reaction, as it happens to, that was an all-time classic.
Yeah.
I feel like anytime you
Yeah,
miss the
that's-
power of
that
the Herald,
freestyle
that's
was
how
very
it fucking
refreshing.
feels.
That was
Okay.
great.
It's still a good game state for C9 overall, right? They're still ahead in pretty much
Harusnya kena
every
tapi
metric.
hitbox
It's
aneh gitu
comic
kah?
relief, okay?
Yeah, just a little side plot.
Mid-game joyride.
So he
Killer
miscalculated
joyride
the
there. He's
hitbox
still
then.
1.5
Supposed to be
thousand
got
gold
hit,
ahead.
but
Yeah, he's having a great time. He's
somehow
got
it
his.
doesn't
He paid off his
hit the
ticket.
hitbox.
Yeah, there you go. That's what it was. He had to pay
Oh,
off the
God.
ticket for speeding in the Herald. Vulcan's getting caught now, though. This could be a
Eh,
problem
oh,
for C9
oh,
as they
hilang
cannot
langsung
find
Vulcan.
any way to keep him alive long enough for the counterplay to happen.
Could be
You
a
could
big
see
problem.
Thanatos was thinking about it. He already TP'd in here. An angle for some needlework onto Impact. Darkwings has his stun ready to go. Sentinels, they want to turn around and wombo combo the enemy solo laners. Blabber's jumping in to try to help. Thanatos staying alive. Drain tank, but Impact gets the kill on him. Sven firing back over the wall, but now Blabber's in danger. Impact's Ambessa is tearing these guys up. They won't quite be able to find the kill, but now they got to be careful as APA and Sven are wrapped around the right side of the fight. 2 dead on the Sentinel side, 2 dead on the C9 side with Vulcan respawning by the time it's all done.
I think best move here is Impact's timing on his ult.
That's-
He uses his ult to immune the knockup from the Scion ult.
Okay lah.
And then they get in there with the Lulu knockup, and it looks great for Sentinels. They kill off
Kobo,
Thanatos.
could you provide
They're in
an
there, so
analysis
Tiki
of the
Sven
no?
over the wall, snipes the
I
kill
cannot.
onto Hambach,
I'm
and
learning,
Blabber
I'm not-
Soteki with his protoplasm harness,
do not.
he stays alive,
I
heals
don't
up, and he
do
lives. And so in the end,
deep
they actually
analyzing.
got 2 of the kills. They killed both the Lulu as well as the Vi, because Sven was able to get him over the top of the Baron pit, so it actually didn't end up bad for Cloud9, even though it started out looking like it was going to.
Impact hanging around up here in this top side. Doesn't seem particularly afraid of APA's Scion, but does still need to be mindful of the amount of health that he is down against this guy. However, he also is
more shields, more damage for
help him. So APA ends up baiting himself into a bit of a tricky spot, but he makes enough distance there by using the flash to get far enough away from the enemy champions that he can start the ultimate and not be interrupted. APA will live. It does cost him his flash, and it does cost C9.
I'm a training commentator.
I presume the reason why he was confident
keep analyzing for now.
A lot of people is because his team was getting Dragon, so now you have Dragon Soul point for Cloud9, and not only that, but he still got away. And he's like, "Yo, these guys are up here. We've got 4 people. That's free
kalian
Dragon,
aja
right?"
deep analyze.
Oh,
nggak bisa menganalisis.
Now looking at Dragon Soul in 4.5 minutes, maybe even before that, looking at a blue buff steal and a Baron start. There's a pings onto this Baron right now.
Okay.
Hold on, Thanatos got to run away, but the rest of the team is on top side for Cloud9. They do put the controller down, but they think better of it.
I'm out. No.
Yeah, he was having a fun time with that one. He's chilling. Meanwhile, movement, he says. Always one to take the advantage.
Baron
to yap.
I mean, that's Baron Flowers.
Yeah, Sentinels, I mean, they're going to get the tier 1 turret, but surely they know something's going on here. There's nobody on the map.
Baron for C9.
Anywhere. Impact is pushing bottom with no resistance. Everybody else pushing mid with no resistance. Where could they possibly be? Well, the answer is Baron, and C9 now just get it uncontested 24 minutes into the game.
Sentinels got a turret plate off bottom and the rest of the mid turret that was still standing there. AP is pretty tanky.
Yeah, they're going to full send the Vi ultimate, the whole kitchen sink after him. And they do get the shutdown there. So that always feels really nice. If your opponents manage to grab the Baron, you can immediately find a pick right after. You force them to be 4v5 on the map for the next 45 seconds or whatever, and they lose a lot of power.
Impact missed the cannon minion, though.
RIP -1. Yeah, that makes it feel less cool.
He was thinking about like maybe going to interrupt Thanatos' recall, and then he just dashed too far away from the cannon.
So a river puppy?
A river puppy?
A river puppy. I feel like though that doesn't actually do the camouflage job.
I gotta rewind and look at this river puppy? What?
Yeah, dude, he was a river puppy. He turned into a puppy and walked around in the river. He was transformed in one of the baby wolves. But I don't really know how this works as a camouflage, because why would the baby wolf ever be in the river?
Well, it hides you. It's just you hide you on the map, so that camouflages.
Oh, okay. So you're just
but I agree with you that if someone saw a wolf in the river, they would be a little suspicious,
a little hesitant. I wonder what that's doing down there. Why is the wolf there? But
it also it's cute.
Yeah, I mean, maybe that's just what you want to do. You just want to walk around as a wolf for a little bit.
River puppy.
Well,
he wants to be cute. You know, he's heading to Coachella, going to take some Instagram pictures.
Yeah, just be a Instagram celebrity dog.
I'm just a river puppy.
I wish I can watch this match with my third eye.
Just a puppy in the river. All right, we've got, so honestly for Sentinels, they've closed the gold gap some. It was closer to like 3,000 gold earlier. Now we're back down to about 1.5, 2,000 gold. C9 still trying to get some value out of this Red Bull Baron power play that is still in the negative, considering they just got Baron, APA died, and then that's kind of it. So they want to try to at least force this tier 2 turret down here. It's nice and crusty. You'll get a ton of extra.
Nice and crusty.
That's what it is, man. There's crust all over. You can get free damage.
They can't touch it, though. You can look. Oh,
nope. There you go. There goes all the turret cross. C9's going to make the play down there, but meanwhile, back over in the mid lane, Rahel has the DPS for days. Hambach sets it up. Rahel knocks it down, and they'll make it a 2-for-nothing over here in mid as Thanatos and Blabber both get picked.
What the hell is going on? Flowers, Cloud9 just dropped 2 kills just like that.
Well, it turns out LDR being completed means Blabber and Thanatos both feel way less comfortable about their front line.
That's true. You should feel very uncomfortable. Those feathers are flying through. You basically get no armor. You're getting shredded by Vi with denting blows and Black Fever. Whoa, Vi might get caught, though.
Yeah, he tries to vault break away, but man, the reinforcements are numerous. They even managed to hand the kill over to Sven's Unara, so a nice punish there by C9.
Yeah, all right. We're going to have to start handing out our own punishments. You're going for Krugs on top of the map when the rest of your team all in base, all on bottom side. That is some greed.
Yeah, and it's a deadly sin, my friend, because here's the problem. That Ocean Soul you mentioned earlier for C9, that's spawning in 15 seconds. Hambach's not alive for 25.
Shoot. Yeah, Golden Glue's going to have to hand out some punishment, bro. What in the world? You are greedy as hell.
Well, it looks like that level of greed is going to be sin punished for the entire team, as nobody on Sentinels knows they can contest this right now. They're not even going to go towards it.
Costly
He
Krugs.
just revived.
Yeah. Costly Krugs.
Not a good time.
I like that. Alliteration always makes everything sound a little bit better.
But Costly is like with a C and then Krugs are with a K, so.
Well, it's because English is a silly language where the letters make the same sound, even if it's a different letter, right?
I'm down. You get full points for that.
It's why I always got pissed off at Chempunk Chainsword, because it's a CH and a CH, and one says K and one says Ch.
Greed no good.
You know what?
Just don't make any sense.
I'm with you,
Ketawa ka
Flowers.
selalu tidak baik
I'm
ya.
ride or die. We got to do
Dimanapun.
something about that.
And the whole series today has been ride and die, because everybody is just taking these cars and running them off the road the whole time. 10 versus 10 now, though. 2,000 gold separates the game, but C9 did just secure Ocean Soul for themselves.
They did.
And you have such a tanky team.
Did they secure it for themselves, or did Hambach secure it for them?
Okay, I'm not going to be
philosophical.
BM. I'm just going to say
Philosophical debate right now.
There's
What do you
no
think,
chance
chat?
for
Who
Sentinel.
secured that Dragon Soul? Was it Hambach or was it Cloud9?
Hambach.
I'm gonna need to see some votes with IDs.
Yeah, I think you're probably going to
C9,
get a lot of one answer in the Twitch chat for
Who
that
secured the soul?
Well, I think that Ocean Soul is going to give a ton of value because you have such a tanky squad on the C9 side.
Yeah.
Ocean Soul is one of those things where if your team's really squishy and you're always just going to get snapshot insta-killed, it doesn't really do much. But with Blabber on Malphite, with APA on Scion, even Gwen is a drain tank, right? Like, there's so much value that you can get out of this. And now we have a TP coming in. Sentinels could find themselves on the receiving end of a pincer attack from C9. APA soaking the damage here in the middle at first, but he has to flash back away. Meanwhile, the attention gets turned over onto Darkwing, who's about to be focused down. Thanatos grabbing the first kill there as the Guardian Angel is forced out, and Impact kills Vulcan. Sentinels trying to scramble to play around Rahel. He chases after Sven. He wants the kill. Aggressive Xayah ulti, but no! Rahel overplays his hand, and C9 will take the fight from it. It's a 4-for-1 trade.
That was crazy. Sven Pepega frogged Rahel while he was in the fight.
C9,
Away from him right after he flashed at him.
C9.
Yeah.
C9.
Yes, you can. The end is nigh. C9. It was a battle of a series here against Sentinels. Game number 3, the closest of them, I would have to say. But it was C9 who ultimately triumphed. It is C9 who will go up to a total of 8-2 in 2026 against Sentinels.
In 30
now.
minutes.
They've got this team figured out.
Well, mostly.
There's
a couple of things left to figure out.
Rift Herald, maybe
Ha
still
ha.
needs some more figuring.
Driving test.
Garner flash.
I got
slam
it
into
right.
wall.
Prediction.
Maybe needs some more figuring. But other than that stuff,
nailed it.
They got this well figured out. Look,
GG
everybody has a question on the test that you
Sentinel.
don't know. You just answer all the rest of them first and make something up for that last one. Right? That's fine. That's how you do it.
You don't need 100%
Oh,
on the
camera,
test to pass
please.
the test.
Exactly. A's for days, D's for degrees. We're having a good time here.
Wait,
Anyway,
APA.
spam right now in
So
chat,
good.
who is your player of
My
the game
favorite
as
player,
C9 take the series.
APA.
You can see APA
Apa?
making his way down the hallway right
Itu
now,
tadi
heading
barusan ada
towards the
game lain tuh
lounge. The
kayaknya, yang
lounge,
main
how
di
we feeling
waiting
about
room-nya.
that?
Dilihat ya, tapi
You know,
aku
I have
agak
strict
salfok dikit tadi ada.
Because if I
Ada
go
permainan.
G's, my parents would kick my ass.
I mean, I just gotta
I'm
say,
just
Flowers
throwing
and
that out
Kobe
there. They were
relaxed
on
that
one.
game.
They were
Yeah.
on
They
one.
relaxed.
I will say the questions I always struggled with. Written responses, and it felt like game 3 was a
What?
written response type of game.
Written responses, you can meander, you know, you can
But
give
then
context.
your professor / teacher will know you're meandering, and they will dock you for the meandering.
My teachers
KO.
I mean,
they hated me.
I like writing.
We're gonna have to ask
Nice.
APA, he's getting mic'd up right now. Technically, C9 is 2-0.
Yes.
That is true.
Why are
That
we
is
hitting
their-
the technically?
That is their series record.
Yes.
I'm
That is
curious-
literally.
I'm curious how it feels because
Okay.
these games felt Strange.
Icky?
Yeah.
I mean,
Did you say icky?
Icky.
Nah,
Yeah.
it could have been.
Emily said
Like,
icky.
ooh.
Yeah, it could have been.
Ooh.
Almost win game 2, right?
Brother.
They have the 7,000 goal lead in game 2.
Yeah.
They lose that one.
Yeah.
Then big lead in game 3. Blabber Herald incident.
And
Into craziness.
His clear is cooked on that.
His clear is so cooked.
It's over. Don't go back to your jungle. You got a single big wolf just waiting for you. That was yeah, that was funny. That was a crazy game.
Oh my gosh.
Especially if you're going up against Sentinels, they will drag you into team fights. You gotta out team fight them, and sometimes the mess can follow. But what is up?
There we go.
Oh.
You broke out the mid lane Scion.
It finally happened. I watched you playing Scion in solo queue a few times. I thought it was gonna come out last split.
Well, we have like unlimited free wins with Scion mid and scrims.
Okay.
Because it's broken and overpowered.
Nice.
And like, I'm always upset when Thanatos plays it, because I'm like, fuck, man. You took my free win away.
Yes.
But it's nice to finally put it out on stage because, I don't know, we have like 30 free wins on it.
I have a cherry tomato now.
Nice.
It did seem like a really good angle to it, right? With Annie and Bessa
Yeah, I mean,
just
they're like
all burst. So if Zai's
low
not there-
damage diving in, and
Yeah.
I don't know, that champ's broken.
How was the mood with the team though in this series? Because game 2, it felt like the series was going to be over. 2 team fights in a row lost.
Yeah.
And then even in this game 3, it got a little messy. You guys had a big lead and kind of started throwing it away before pulling it back. How are you feeling about the series?
I mean, I was chilling. I was having fun the entire time. I'm not sure how much you were watching me, but I was hitting the little sign dance where he like throws down his sword.
Yeah.
Or whatever,
Oh yeah, the axe, yeah.
and does like little.
Also, when they tried to like 3 or 4 man you topside, and you're like,
you're just like, nope.
I'm gone.
I'm sorry.
And then I gotta do like the boss
Abis
special
ini
at the
nagam
end,
lagi
like,
ko.
drive straight into
No.
the Nexus turrets.
Double hit.
Supposed to be done.
Levi's must be good there.
We had a take from a fan complimenting you
Okay.
in waiting room. So yeah, I wanted to play it.
I think that APA is gonna be the best American player.
Huh?
That was her reaction to seeing it. But we did find out from the parents who sent it in.
Whoa!
They're, at least one of them was FlyQuest fan. They're like, we did
Yo.
not
Yeah,
tell
the
her to
dad's a
say
FlyQuest
this.
That is a genuine.
Yeah.
She's
yeah,
gonna do a world tour in the future.
With the old TL shirt.
Anjir, sekecil itu nonton
I mean, all the time I don't
nonton
know if I
beginian.
can agree because there's like double lift. There's what? I mean, Black
Live
needs to
reaction.
be up there.
Real.
Toast is like a.
Luckily, she wasn't around to see those
That's
players.
me.
That is true.
Lifetime.
But I think recent times there's an
Ya lo,
argument for
aku
it.
pun juga
Like,
begitu cute fan.
I'm the best American mid for the past I don't know how many years,
Yeah.
and
APA likes to
there's
yap
not
and
that many
trash talk
American
in
players
game
in
a
the
lot.
American League.
You can call him Yappa.
And
Oh.
I mean, I think the
Yappa.
fact that your story is still ongoing.
So that's
you still
why.
hit
That's the
international
history.
stage, you know, like, and I think that is something that people are following. It's always tough for people to
Di sini
have
tidur
that
sarapan. Aku
conversation
tadi
with players
sarapan
who
loh
are
ya.
active. Because
Aku
you know,
sambil
your
match, aku
legacy is still
sarapan.
continuing on, but hey.
So aku udah selesai, soalnya aku lapar banget.
At the top of show, whether it's a
Wehe,
genuine take, it is a
hehe.
genuine take, and a lot of people are more like recent fans, like from 2020 onwards. So I feel like that is something that a lot of people will be sharing. But yeah, that makes sense.
Zooming out a little bit, how are you and the team feeling with spring split so far? Because I know regular season of Lock-In went really well before playoffs, and then America's Cup was poor. And
Stream
I've
sama
heard
Seng?
that's obviously very
Enggak jadi.
frustrating.
Hari ini dipindahin.
And I still hear that you're
So besok
struggling a
sama
little bit in
lusa.
scrims.
Jadi
But
2
how
hari
is just
stream
the
sama Seng.
general
14
vibe of
sama
the team
15.
doing? Still winning on stage, but maybe things aren't going perfectly behind the scenes?
Well, we had like I don't know countless conversations about how our scrims go, and I think this week since we had.
What do
since
you
we played
mean? Am I
Saturday
watching
and we took
Barefoot?
Sunday
I'm
off,
watching this with
we
Barefoot,
had
of
Monday
course.
to Saturday scrim, so we scrimmed literally every single
6
team
days
in the
in a row.
league except Sentinels, of course, because
Yeah.
we faced them today.
Yeah.
And I mean, we
Besok
did
pagi
good
stream
for
lagi
every team
enggak
but
sih
one, but it was
harusnya.
just like we lost scrims to
LCS
TL,
kan
but
cuman
I think everyone in the league right now loses
Sabtu
scrims to TL.
Minggu waktunya
They're just,
Indonesia
like,
kan.
goated in scrims, but they're noobs on stage. But I think our scrims this week were much better. I think it's not that we're taking it more serious,
Aku
but
udah
it's
ada,
just
aku prepare schedule
putting in
tapi
much more,
mungkin ada yang
I don't know, methodical
Yang aku ralat
practice, like
dulu.
trying not, you know, we'll always get the early game lead, but then we try not to have like for example, the throw we had in game 2, because there's like
next
probably one of
week
those
I
is
will
in
wake
scrims
up
right
at
now.
4.
But we're I
No,
don't know. I think we're
4:30
doing-
at least,
This week we
4:30.
did really well in scrims.
Nice.
And I think hopefully we continue
So I won't be late
that going forward.
in case
I love this
the
scrim
match
conversation 'cause
started
it's more about,
earlier.
like, some people take doing well in scrims as winning, but obviously other people do in terms of like drawing conclusions. like how
Tahu
much
mataku jadi
was
segar.
the old problems of scrims just
Alhamdulillah.
basically
Waktunya
people
bekerja.
and taking
Hari
like,
Senin.
getting early game advantages based off of everyone just being super aggressive in scrims versus like being able to draw conclusions that are consistent on stage.
I think last split our scrims were just very like, we would just stomp everyone.
Yeah.
And then throw. And then stomp everyone and throw, stomp everyone and throw.
We'll
So,
wake up
when we went
early
to
with
finals versus
you,
Lion,
Kubo.
and the game was super slow. Neither
Ini
side was
beres
leading.
langsung
We
segar.
didn't
Agak
have the
kocak.
biggest
Ngantuk
like,
aku, Cok.
conclusions about what to do in the game.
Real.
So
Si
I think
ngantuk.
that's just been a
Wah, ini
focus of
sih.
ours, like fixing that because losing sucks, and I don't think any of us think that we're like unable to win or like the
So
C9 choke narrative or whatever it is. I think we're all
I play with my friends last night. I play LOL.
again because I think we
I play League.
very easily win.
You were able to regroup.
Actually, it was just two of us, and my other friend just watching from Discord stream. They are learning as well because like I asked them to play League too to join me. I am influencing my friends to play League. Whoa!
And then there was like a whole parent thing, and then barbecues in.
But yeah, so because like I saw recently, I saw I just knew that so many Indonesian VTubers are playing League for mobile games. So it can be a you know a bridge for me to socialize with new people. That's why I want to get better at League.
Who do you think got player of the game?
So I can
I feel like this was close.
socialize again
A lot of names are flying.
Well,
with a VTuber, Indonesian VTuber outside indie or other
either
agency.
be myself or Phil or Vulcan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're not gonna like this answer.
You're setting it up for failure.
Yeah, honestly,
You really are.
it's a tough one. Sven ends up picking it.
Thanatos. Wow. So
I played as a Vigar
players mentioned.
for a few matches.
To me, this last game ended up being so close. I did want to ask you.
But at least I want to have a second main or third main.
Fans are with you.
This is biased. They see your face.
Who's driving in game for you guys? Like, who's driving?
Not only Vigar, you know.
The game being set up in a good state.
And maybe unlock the rank at which level again? 30-ish?
Whoever's in a good state in the game.
Well, I think me and Phil talk a lot in the game. Like we'll try and drive the game forward, especially on stage. We'll talk a lot.
Setidaknya aku harus nemuin main lain lah selain Vigar.
I mean, it's always the case when someone's strong, they should call the game.
Also, I just download. I just installed a TFT on my mobile.
Salute him and say yes sir and like follow whatever.
Cause I'm into chess, so I want to give it a try on TFT.
Always saying like, Humbok's doing this, I'm going here, blah, 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 let's go to the Raptors, like whatever his plan is.
Yeah.
But now as it diverts more into mid-game, like me and Thanatos will have a lot of conversations about side lane. And then like we'll talk about
Can't wait.
So we'll probably have a conversation about general macro, and Bio will be talking about like
Can't wait to
respawn.
play with new people.
That's really important in the game, of course.
Yeah. Raptors, Krog. I will say, let's check out actually before we go into any of that today's pogs.
Kenapa nge-wild
It was a
rift?
pretty hectic day, especially the final series that I personally had as like match of the week.
Entah lah.
Griffin really performed well. I think I was interested in.
I think MOBA PC is way cooler.
What's your read on FlyQuest? I remember seeing
Like if you play MOBA PC, you can play MOBA mobile. But if you only play MOBA mobile,
well, I think for the series
it's not guaranteed if you can play MOBA PC.
I thought Cryer was running the games down. Yeah. Like he was running the games down, like Griffin was running the games down last split and playoffs and versus us in Lion.
Yeah.
I think he had like a really forced series, but I mean, Fly played well. Like Griffin's always had like a strong idea of how to play jungle, and I think they're a middle of the pack team. Like from our scrims,
For real. fair enough.
Alright, I don't know.
Thank you for watching. Thank you for watching with me though. Oh my god, I was so mad because I thought I missed two rounds, 2 games.
Let's at least roll that one to see who's highlighted there. Yeah, okay, yeah, all right.
But yeah, I got another game to watch. Oh my god. Lo nggak bisa main di HP, tapi kan ada versi mobile-nya. Wild Rift.
It could have been. Yeah, it could have been.
I forget what he played.
Me too. They
Oh my god. I didn't update to as much as usual in my social media because like I working 24/7.
I feel like he's there pretty frequently.
It's not because of the management. It's just me for being asked too ambitious with my projects, with my own projects.
Because he had, I'd say, four series in a row going back to lock-in, and really performed today. I mean, his CSD at 14 on average was plus 40, which is just absurd in the series today.
And then after the work, I play League.
This is the first game, yeah.
In our back rooms, we're calling the flag was just like stat padding because you could do whatever you want this game.
I play League as
Like, I feel like that's what our game 2 was.
as a hobby, but also as a mandatory.
Throwing.
Yeah.
It was just like a
I
stat pad
think.
game. Like everyone was winning too hard.
Yeah, I was gonna say things got a little silly
Both.
Towards the end, but then you also didn't really think that FlyQuest were gonna lose in that game.
Yeah, I mean, people were down on FlyQuest.
Working
simply
24
because
hours?
the
No,
Seattle
it was
decided
just
they're gonna go against C9,
as
C9,
an analogy.
Lion, and Team Liquid in a row from lock-in to this split. So finally,
But
we get a
when
a
I
matchup
didn't
that makes
update
more sense.
anything
Now, we
and
got an
at
answer
social
on
media,
what
it's
item
because
is
I
it.
was busy.
Super cheap item, makes sense.
2600.
That's all you need.
I'm
You need to stat that on that.
I'm using my brain
Immediately go to Rocket Bell.
to think.
Let's take a look at the end of day standings just to get a glimpse
be
of it, because,
creative.
yes, both you and Team Liquid are at the top of the table. Any surprise there? For me,
Just
not really.
got to focus on my projects lately. But yes, I finished
Yeah.
But everything else kind of makes sense.
4 songs, I
These
guess.
are the matchups for next week, as you would
1,
imagine.
2, 3.
Interested in the Shopify versus Lion personally.
Yeah.
Just I want to see more of Shopify, where they're at. I know they were last place.
I did a
last split,
meeting
but
here
that's
and there
not what they were
with
looking like so
composers.
far at the beginning of this split,
I
so
mean
I
with
think they did a little bit
arrangers. Mostly I compose myself.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's how I'd be
So,
looking at. I'd be looking at
like
some
I
of
was
the
being so
flyer
ambitious
stuff, yeah.
lately.
Because I feel like both
No, I
teams,
got
like you mentioned flyer in the
I get a
Sentinels are
little
kind of there too, like they have obvious strengths on
free.
both pieces, so.
Okay, thanks for joining us. That's going to be it for this week of the
So I have a schedule for this week.
NACL. There's a lot
Where
happening.
this guy came from?
There's a lot happening. Of course, your Maryville.
This is week
University
3.
Lost to NRG. Did you get to watch the matchup? Because NRG looked very good.
Endings week 3.
You got jailed.
Next week matches.
Rooting for your old,
15
your old
April.
team. They're still doing really well. I mean, I would say it's still them and NRG.
They're going to be playing against
15
Citadel
what?
next week. There's a lot of action happening, a lot of different picks. I mean, we got to see Munchie pick
Cuma
out
Sabtu
the
Minggu.
Master Yi.
I'll be watching and Saturday and
doing
Sunday
really well so
Indonesian
far.
time.
He's a goat.
Yeah.
Sadly, just his residence thing.
It's crazy.
Pokoknya kalau konser minimal 500.000 sih pejir. Nggak tahu aku nggak pede euy. 200 ya 200 sih.
NACL Wednesday, Thursdays, Fridays, 3 days a week, 4 p.m. Eastern.
3 days
1
a
p.m.
week.
Pacific. You get to watch it on, of
Shit,
course, the
we'll
twitch.tv
see.
NACL channel. Of course, we also have it on YouTube. If you just started to support
Or Raz's
network,
Raz co-streams it too, everyone.
Raz is
Just
like
saying,
a
he doesn't want to plug
huge
himself. I'll plug it for him. That's it
I'll
for
show
us.
up in your chat this week.
damn.
We'll be back next Saturday, 4 p.m. Eastern, 1 Pacific. Same time as always. DSG for C9's first match. And we're rating Pro Bell through stream, so make sure to say
Next
hi to
week
DSG.
I'm gonna schedule it as 5 a.m. instead 6 a.m. I swear.
They don't have my kills. Just look, son. Look, go. Look.
It's better to be earlier than late. Oh my god.
Okay, hands up.
I'll talk to my manager later. I will sleep after this and we'll wake up. Wait. I remember my manager sent me a message that the meeting is being postponed. Yes. Usually I can sleep until afternoon. Because the meeting is being postponed. Postponed. Then I'll catch up everything with my manager. Because it's been a while. It's been 2 weeks, I guess. Since my last weekly meetings. Hari ini streamnya ini aja sih ya. Setiap hari Senin. Aku nggak akan ada streaming malam. Harusnya ya normalnya regularly. LCS continue Saturday. That means Friday Indonesian time. I'm gonna make sure later with my manager about this co-stream. Aku butuh kejelasan. Well, where's the... Okay. Yep. I think that's all. Otsukare LCS for today. We managed to watch 2 matches. Woo-wee. Wow, I'm leaking now. Yeah, I'm going to sleep after this. I need to rearrange my sleep schedule. Let's redirect this stream to Jijimurin. Alright. Thank you. Thanks for the stream. No. Thank you for having a watch party with me. Terima kasih teman-teman. Selamat bekerja, selamat sekolah. Hehe. Because it's Monday. Bokobokobo Kobo Kanaeru at your service. And if you are sad to shine your day. Hehe. Silahkan turun lagi. Kalian juga silahkan. Terima kasih. I am very I apologize for any inconvenience. I don't want to be late either. Tsukairu. Yes. I'm gonna share the schedule later. Okay. Thank you. Bye bye.